Hey there, how are you? Really good, I hope. So, I'm just gonna say a couple things. First, if you haven't seen any of our videos before, you should watch some of the previous ones to have a better idea about what I'm gonna talk to you about. And in particular, watch the video right before this one, because this video is somewhat of a continuation on an idea that we just talked about regarding the need for experience. So, what we talked about last time was a brief point about the idea of staring at a blank or a white wall. So what happens when you stare at a blank or a white wall for long enough is this invisible force just picks you up and pushes you to do something because you get bored. Now, when you pass this state of boredom, your brain chemistry changes a bit. Your rational brain shuts down, whereas your emotional brain stays very strong, coherent, and you're completely capable of taking in emotions at high quantities. And so the problem with this is that when you're watching a series, you take in lots of emotional information, but your brain cannot rationally process what's reality and fiction. And this can be very harmful to you. Now, what I want to get in a bit more about this, when talking about this state, it's a state of almost like half comatose or half consciousness. It's described as a blank stare or zoning out when you just... and then something snaps you back and you feel kind of ridiculous. That's what happens to you whenever you're staring at a screen watching series. And this state is very, in a sense, it can be like a hypnotic state. People, when you're in this state, manipulation becomes very easy because your ability to comprehend rational thinking is much lower. Now, also, if you watch certain TV shows, videos on YouTube, there's a technique they use where they cut between scenes. And this is so that when you're in one scene, like now, sometimes you can process whether you like what you're watching, whether it's interesting to you or not. Whereas if the angle keeps changing, you are just constantly being lured into something that your brain thinks is new because it's in this half comatose state and you don't want to look away. It keeps you there. Now, this state of kind of half consciousness isn't bad all on its own. In fact, it's the basis of meditation. But when you meditate, you relax, you calm down, you clear your thoughts. Whereas when you're watching a series in this state, you're just getting this unnecessary, unprocessed information thrown at you, and you don't know what to make of it. Now, usually when you finish, you'll be left kind of unpleasant, unsettled, less happy than you were before you started watching, in a sense. So, the other really big problem with this state of mind is it's the easiest state of mind in which a person can be hypnotized. Suggestibility goes way, way up, and the chance for manipulation goes way, way up. So, in a sense, if you want to stop taking in this necessary information, to stop being hypnotized by the series you're watching, you have to just step back and just stop. Peace out.